Happy Wednesday. This is Kurt Berglund with Pine Tar Baseball, Great Teams of the 20th Century preview for you. And we're continuing our tour today of the 22 teams in the Great Teams of the 20th Century set with two of the best teams ever. And all of them are, but these two definitely a cut above. We are at Baltimore's Memorial Stadium, where the 1971 Baltimore Orioles are hosting the 1929 Philadelphia Athletics, the subject of a cover story by Sports Illustrated back in the 90s. The Philadelphia Athletics were, in 1929, were one of Connie Mack's last great teams. They were in his run of great teams with Lefty Grove and Jimmy Fox and Mickey Cochran and Al Simmons. This is a team that could pitch and could hit. When I put together the list of teams for the Great Teams of the 20th Century set for Pine Tar Baseball, this team came up repeatedly in the research that I did as being respected by baseball historians as a definite top 10 team of all time. Top 10. Many put it at top 5, and some call this the best team ever. Their record was 104-46, and they defeated the Chicago Cubs, an excellent hitting team in their own right, in 1929, in the World Series in 5 games. They're good, and you're going to see that reflected in the cards that I created in this game. The 71 Baltimore Orioles, this was the last of the Frank Robinson, Earl Weaver run. Frank Robinson was traded before the 72 season began to Los Angeles, and this team was 101-57 in 1971. They went on to lose the World Series to the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1971 in 7 extremely hard-fought games. This team is notable for a few different reasons. One is that they were nearing the end of their run with Earl Weaver and this particular group of veterans. Of course, Weaver would return to the playoffs and the World Series in 1979, but this team is famous for having 4 20-game winners. So not only did it dominate the American League in 1971 and the American League Championship Series over a young, up-and-coming, soon-to-be-something Oakland A's team in 1971, but was favored in the World Series as well to go on and repeat as champions. Of course, they had already won the 1970 World Series over the Cincinnati Reds in 5 games. So we are in Baltimore for this game. It's going to be Lefty Grove on the mound for Philadelphia and Jim Palmer on the mound for Baltimore. This is going to be fun. Let's get to the starting lineups. If you're interested in picking up this set for yourself and Pine Tar Baseball as well, this is the contact information, berglund.kurt@yahoo.com. PayPal, and that's my PayPal account, $12.99 for the PDF. Or if you want printed and shipped cards, $52.99 gets those printed and shipped to you. This is the Great Teams of the 20th Century set. There are 22 teams in the set. You can get a 23rd for free just by telling me you'd like the 86 Red Sox added to the group. And not only that, but if you need the game instructions for Pine Tar Baseball for free, tell me that and I'll send you that PDF as well. So you can get a whole lot of free goodies with your cards and or your PDF just by letting me know you want them. So I'll put this information below in the description of this video as well for you so that you can order these if you decide that you want to have them. I worked my butt off on them, and I think you will enjoy them. All right, so let's get to the starting lineups for this game for the visiting 1929 Philadelphia Athletics. Leading off at second base, it's Max Bishop. Batting second in center field, Mule Haas. Batting third behind the plate, Mickey Cochran. Batting fourth in left field, it's Al Simmons. Batting fifth at first base, Jimmy Fox. Batting sixth in right field, Bing Miller. Batting seventh at third base, Jimmy Dykes. And batting eighth at shortstop, it's Joe Boley. Batting ninth and on the mound, it's Lefty Grove. You can see he is an A-plus pitcher on the road the first 2 times through the order, and after that he drops to an A. He has strikeout modifiers on rolls of 55 and 77. He can give you 8 innings and more if it's going well. So that's Lefty Grove on the mound for these Philadelphia Athletics. For the home-standing Baltimore Orioles of 1971 vintage, leading off in left field, it's Don Buford. Batting second in center field, Paul Blair. Batting third at first base tonight, Frank Robinson. Batting fourth in right field, Merv Rettenmund. Batting fifth at third base, Brooks Robinson. Batting sixth at second base, Davey Johnson. Batting seventh behind the plate, Andy Etchebarren. Batting eighth at shortstop, Mark Belanger. And batting ninth and on the mound, it's Jim Palmer. He is an A pitcher at home. As you can see, he retains his A rating the 3rd time through the order. He has no strikeout or walk modifiers, and he can give you 8 innings as well, and more if it's going well. Both pitchers had 37 starts in their respective seasons, so they were definite workhorses. All right, we are ready to go with this ball game. And Max Bishop is stepping into the batter's box, and we're all set. It's going to be an interesting game between 2 historically fantastic ball clubs. And here's Palmer's first pitch of the game. This is grounded to Belanger at shortstop. Mark's got it, and he fires to Frank Robinson at first base. And we are underway at Baltimore's Memorial Stadium with 1 out in the top of the 1st. Now it's Mule Haas, the center fielder for Philadelphia. And this one is lined to left, a base hit that drops in front of Buford. And Mule is on base with a single. Now it's Mickey Cochran. Palmer to the belt, and he is going to deliver to Cochran. And this is grounded to Davey Johnson. He goes to Belanger for 1. The relay to Frank Robinson is not in time. Cochran beats the Rabbit first. It's a fielder's choice, and he is safe, and Simmons comes to the plate now. Al Simmons, Milwaukee native, and that gets you a special mention in my book. 365 on the 1929 season for Bucketfoot Al. The pitch is trouble. This is drilled by Simmons, and it's going to get over Blair's head and bounce off the wall. Cochran's going to go all the way to third and hold there, and so it'll be runners at second and third with 2 outs for Jimmy Fox with Bing Miller on deck. Tempting to walk Fox, but I don't think Weaver would do that, so I'm not going to do it in the top of the 1st. 2 on, 2 out. Palmer to the belt, checks the runners. The pitch home to Fox is hit to right. It's going to drive Rettenmund to the warning track, but no further, and Merv puts it away ending the Philadelphia Athletics top of the first. No score as we go to the bottom of the first. And the Orioles coming to bat. It's Buford, Blair, and Frank Robinson for Baltimore coming against Lefty Grove, the Philadelphia left-hander and all-time great. Buford in the box. Grove, the pitch. And that is a base hit to center field. Buford hits it right back where it came from, and he's aboard with a single. Now it's Blair. Grove to the belt. Checks Buford at first. The pitch home to Paul Blair is grounded to Bishop. He goes to Boley for one. The relay to Fox is in time for a soul-crushing, rally-killing double play that they turn on Paul Blair. 2 gone in the bottom of the first, and now it's Frank Robinson. Grove winds and delivers. Strikes him out for Grove's first. We've played 1. No score at Memorial Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Here comes Jim Palmer and the gang. He will face Miller, Dykes, and Boley 6, 7, and 8 in the Philadelphia second inning. Palmer winds and delivers. Grounded to Brooks Robinson to his left. He's got it and fires to Frank Robinson. And that is 1 gone in the top of the second. Now it's Jimmy Dykes with a .412 on base average. This lineup, by the way, for Philadelphia was their most used lineup during the 1929 season. 45 games. This was their lineup. And I know when we don't use as played lineups, I know heads explode all over this great land of ours. So the Philadelphia lineup is definitely one that was their number 1 lineup during the season. The pitch from Palmer to Dykes is grounded to Frank Robinson. He gloves it and he flips to Palmer covering first. And there's 2 down in the top of the second. Now it's Joe Boley. 251 on the season for Joe. Palmer winds and delivers this one to the screen. Jim humping up on that one. Coming back one more time. The pitch. Hit to center. Paul Blair into left center a little bit. And he's going to put this one away for out number 3. We've played 1.5 in Baltimore. No score. Lefty Grove will get Rettenmund, Brooks Robinson, and Davey Johnson in the batter's box to face him in the bottom of the second. Lefty winds and delivers. This is grounded to Dykes. He's got it and fires to Jimmy Fox for the first out in the second. Now it's Brooks Robinson. Brooks 272 on the 1971 season. Grove's pitch is to left. Al Simmons on the run, and he's going to make the catch for out number 2. And now it's Davey Johnson. Second baseman for Baltimore. 282 on the 71 season. The pitch from Grove is a range check. Get to the kitchen. Joe Boley, not a lot of range, and it scoots through into left field for a base hit for Davey Johnson. And that'll bring up Etchebarren with the man on first and 2 outs. Philadelphia, not a lot of range on defense, and I was a little surprised by that. They can hit, they can pitch, but a little bit of a cowhide allergy for those Philadelphia Athletics. Pitch to Etchebarren is, struck him out. That's Grove's second. He's saving his strikeouts to close out the inning. Did it in the first, did it in the second. We've played 2. No score in Baltimore. So Grove is up to lead off the third. Then we go to the top of the order with Bishop, and Mule Haas. Palmer cruising through the second inning. See if he keeps it up. The pitch to lefty Grove, who could handle the bat. And this one is strike 3 swinging, and that's Palmer's first strikeout. 1 gone in the third for Jim. Now it's Bishop, 232 with a 398 on base average for Max in 29. This one hit to center. Paul Blair, not deep, and which is good because he didn't play deep. Very shallow center fielder, and he puts it away for out number 2. Now it's Mule Haas, 1 for 1. Pitch to Mule is grounded to Belanger. Mark's got it, taps the glove, and fires to Frank Robinson at first. And that puts the Philadelphia Athletics away in the third inning. Played 2.5, and we got no score. It's a pitcher's duel between Palmer and Grove. Pine Tar Baseball. If you like the set, you like what you're seeing, what you want to do is send me an email, berglund.kurt@yahoo.com, PayPal, PDF, $12.99, printed and shipped. They're $52.99. This is called the Great Teams of the 20th Century set, and these are definitely 2 of the marquee teams in that set. There's a team, at least one team, from every set in the decade in this set. All right, so Belanger, Palmer, and then the top with Buford. Pitch to Mark is grounded to Dykes. Jimmy's got it, and he fires to Fox for 1 out. Now it's Palmer coming. Jim was not helpless with the bat, which is a little like damning with faint praise, but he actually was okay. Grove winds and delivers. Hey, strikes him out. Grove's third, 2 gone in the third, and now it's Buford. He singled to lead off the first inning. The pitch from lefty. This is ripped, and this is trouble. No. Grove gets him for strikeout number 4 on the pitcher modifier table. So we've played 3. Grove has 4 strikeouts. And we got a couple of shutouts going. No score after 3 in Baltimore. For the Athletics in the 4th, it's Cochran, Simmons, and Fox coming up for Philadelphia. Pitch to Mickey is hit to right. Rettenmund on the run toward the line, makes the catch. 1 down in the 4th. Palmer has retired 8 in a row for Baltimore. Palmer winds and faces Simmons now. Pitch to Simmons. He slugged .642 on the season. And we've got an error check. Our first error check of the game. See where this one's going. Is center field. Is Blair going to get there? Clank off his glove. Got an error for Blair, and it's going to be a 1-base error. As Simmons gets to first, Blair drops the ball. All right, so now it's Fox. Double play target. If Palmer can get him to hit it on the ground. Jimmy is 0 for 1. Simmons at first takes his lead. Palmer to the belt. The pitch home to Fox is grounded to Davey Johnson. He's got it. Goes to Belanger for 1. The relay to Frank Robinson. They turn it. It's a soul-crushing, rally-killing double play for Philadelphia. And they are done in the 4th. We played 3.5. We still have no score as these all-time pitchers are in a duel. Blair, Frank Robinson, Merv Rettenmund for the 71 Orioles in the bottom of the 4th. The 2-3-4 hitters for the American League champion Baltimore Orioles of 1971 vintage. Blair 0 for 1. The pitch from Grove. That's a base hit. He goes to right field, and it drops in front of Bing Miller, and Blair's on with a single. Now it's Frank Robinson. Second leadoff single of the game for Baltimore. They let off the game with it with Buford. Robinson at the plate. He struck out in the first. Grove to the belt. The pitch home to Frank Robbie is grounded to Bishop. He fumbles it, picks it up, throws to Fox, and they get Robinson by a step at first, but Blair moves up to second base. First time the Orioles have had a man in scoring position in the game, and this time they do it with one out. Rettenmund at the plate now. He's 0 for 1. Grove to the belt, checks Blair at second, working on his lead. The pitch home to Merv. Is strike 3 called. Wow. Grove, his 5th strikeout, and that's 2 outs in the inning now. Brooks Robinson comes to the plate. He's also 0 for 1. Last chance saloon to drive in Blair from second. See if Brooks can come through. Grove to the belt. The pitch home. This is lifted to center. And that's Mule Haas, and he's got plenty of room, and that's 3 outs in the Baltimore 4th. We've played 4 innings, and we have no score. Palmer coming back out. Miller, Dykes, and Boley coming up for Philadelphia in the top of the 5th. Bing Miller hit .331. In 1929, he's 0 for 1 in this game. Palmer winds and delivers. Ground ball, Belanger. Mark's got it. Fires to Frank Robinson, and there's one man out. Palmer has retired now. 11 of 12. 11 of the last 12 hitters. No, I'm wrong. I'm wrong about that. 10 of the last 11. And now it's Dykes with 1 out. Jimmy has 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch from Palmer to Dykes is grounded to Belanger. Mark's got it. Taps the glove. Fires to Frank Robinson. 2 gone. Joe Boley coming up. 0 for 1 in the game. Palmer winds the pitch. And Joe Boley hits it to center. Blair into right center. A few steps, but he's got room, and he puts it away. We're halfway through, and we've got no score in Baltimore. This is the Pine Tar Baseball Great Team Set. You want this set? Contact me, berglund.kurt@yahoo.com. PayPal payments. $12.99 gets you the PDF. $52.99 gets you the printed and shipped cards. I'll send you the game instructions for free. I'll send you the 86 Red Sox for free. This is the Great Teams of the 20th Century set that has just gone on the market. All right, so for Baltimore, in the bottom of the 5th, it's Johnson, Etchebarren, and Mark Belanger. If anybody gets on, it'll be Palmer coming up. See if Baltimore can get on the board. Davey is 1 for 1. Grove winds and delivers. This is grounded to Boley. Joe's got it and fires to Fox. There's 1 down. Now it's Etchebarren. Andy is 0 for 1. Grove winds and delivers. Hey, struck him out. That's strikeout number 6. 2 gone now, and it's Belanger. 0 for 1. One of Mark's better offensive years. 266 average, 365 on base. Pitch from Grove. Slapped by Belanger and into right field for a base hit that drops in front of Miller. That'll bring up Palmer, and they're going to turn the order over here in the bottom of the fifth, which Earl Weaver likes to see. Buford on deck. Grove to the belt. Checks Belanger. The pitch home to Palmer is strike three, swinging as Scroogey gets him. So that's 7 strikeouts for Grove in 5 innings. We've played 5 complete, and it's 0-0. Palmer back on the mound. He's going to face Grove at the bottom of the Philadelphia order, and then the top with Bishop and Haas in the top of the 6th. So lefty is in there. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd. Palmer winds and delivers to lefty Grove. Hey, he struck him out. That's Palmer's 2nd. And there's 1 gone in the 6th. Palmer, gotta say, he's controlling this Philadelphia Athletics attack. One of the greatest in baseball history. Bishop up now. 0 for 2 for Max. The pitch to left towards the line. Buford on the run. Buford gets there. 2 down. And now it's Haas. Mule comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Palmer winds and delivers. It's a base hit to center field. That's the first hit for Philadelphia since the 1st inning. And it'll bring up Mickey Cochran, who's 0 for 2. Palmer sort of shrugs, and he's ready to go after Mickey. He's to the belt, checks Haas at first. The pitch home to Cochran. And it's a base hit for Mickey Cochran. This one drops in front of Buford. Haas stops at 2nd. 2 on now for the very dangerous Al Simmons. Palmer in a jam, his first jam since the 1st. There's 2 outs and 2 on. Simmons is 1 for 2. He doubled back in the 1st inning. Palmer to the belt. The pitch home to Simmons is a comebacker, gloved by Palmer. He's going to flip to Frank Robinson, and that's going to retire the Athletics in the 6th. They threaten but do not score. 2 hits, leave 2. Going to the bottom of the 6th, and we're tied with donuts. Top of the order for Baltimore coming. Buford, Blair, and Frank Robinson in the bottom of the 6th. Buford, 1 for 2. Lefty Grove winds and delivers. Stroke to center. Here comes Mule Haas. He dives. He's got it. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. A defensive gem for the Philadelphia Athletics by center fielder Mule Haas. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Blair, 1 for 2. Pitch to Paul. Line smash. Caught by Dykes. Stumbling, but he holds on. And there's 2 outs now. Frank Robinson comes to the plate. Frank Robbie is 0 for 2. On deck is Rettenmund. Grove winds and delivers. Ground ball Boley. He's got it and throws to Fox, and that'll retire the Orioles. In the 6th, in 1-2-3 fashion. Grove throwing a 4-hitter. Palmer throwing a 4-hitter. Both men throwing shutouts. We go to the 7th. Nothing but donuts. Palmer will face Fox, Miller, and Dykes in the top of the 7th for Philadelphia. Connie Mack in the visitors' dugout with the suit on, looking good. Fox in there against Palmer, 0 for 2. Palmer winds and delivers. Ball 4. And Fox is aboard. He is not a speedster. Be interesting to see what Connie Mack wants to do here. Miller 0 for 2. Dykes on deck. Palmer to the belt. Miller not bunting. The pitch is grounded to Belanger. He gloves it and goes to Johnson for 1. The relay to Frank Robinson is in time for a soul-crushing, rally-killing double play. 2 gone in the top of the 7th now, and Jimmy Dykes the batter. He can put a charge into 1. 0 for 2 for Jimmy. The pitch from Palmer is ball 4. So a second walk in the inning, and it'll bring up Joe Boley. Lefty Grove is on deck. No score. Top of the 7th. 2 outs. Palmer to the belt. Checks Dykes at first. The pitch home to Boley is to left toward the line. Buford on the run. Buford gets there, and that retires the Athletics in the top of the 7th. It's time to stretch them out in Baltimore. Time to stretch them out in Baltimore. Nothing but donuts on the board. Rettenmund, Brooks Robinson, Davey Johnson in the bottom of the 7th for the Orioles. Lefty Grove cruising through the Baltimore lineup. All right. So, Merv is 0 for 2. Pitch from Grove to center. Haas is under it, and he'll make the catch. That's 6 in a row retired for Grove. 5 in a row retired for Grove. And 10 of 11. Brooks Robinson up now. Brooks is 0 for 2. Grove winds and delivers. To left, it's Al Simmons with room, and he's got it. 2 down. Now Davey Johnson with nobody aboard. Etchebarren on deck. Lefty Grove winds and delivers, and this is a fly ball center field. Mule Haas is going to get there and will make the catch, and that retires the Orioles in the 7th. We go to the 8th, and we are still scoreless in Baltimore, Maryland. Pass the crab cakes, please. Jim Palmer will face Lefty Grove at the bottom of the Athletics order. Then the top with Bishop and Haas in the top of the 8th. No action in either bullpen. Grove is 0 for 2 with a pair of Ks on the day. The pitch from Palmer is a base hit to center field for Grove. It bounces in front of Blair, and he's on. Grove is on. Now it's Max Bishop. Will Connie Mack call for the bunt now? We will have to see. Palmer to the belt. Checks Grove. The pitch home to Bishop. He squares to bunt. He squares to bunt. He gets it down. Gloved by Brooks Robinson. He fires to Dave Johnson covering first, and the sacrifice works. Grove moves up to second base. Now it's Mule Haas on second with 1 out. Mule Haas at the plate with 1 out. Grove at second. Mickey Cochran on deck. Mule Haas is 2 for 3. Palmer needs to be careful. The pitch to Mule is hit to center field. Blair coming in a few steps, and he's there to make the catch. 2 gone. Now it's Cochran. Dangerous. .331 hitter on the 1929 season. But there are 2 outs, and Grove is on second base. Cochran stands in against Palmer, 1 for 3. Hey, struck him out with a 42. That's his only strikeout on the card. That is Palmer's 3rd strikeout. He picked a good time for it. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Etchebarren, Belanger, and Palmer coming up for Baltimore. So Grove is stranded on second base in the top of the inning, and now he's got to keep the Orioles shut down in the bottom of the inning. Etchebarren, 0 for 2. Pair of strikeouts for Andy. Belanger on deck. Lefty Grove winds and delivers to left. Simmons, in his tracks, makes the catch. One down in the bottom of the 8th. Now it's Belanger. Palmer standing in the on-deck circle. Grove winds and delivers. Strike 3 called. Belanger caught looking. That's lefty's 8th strikeout. Now they got to make a decision about Palmer. Two outs, nobody on. Grove's retired 9 in a row. He's going to hit for him. I don't know what Earl would do, but I'm going to hit for him. Eddie Watt is going to throw in the bullpen. And the pinch hitter is going to be Kurt Moten. Right-handed pinch hitter deluxe for Baltimore. Give you Palmer's numbers on the evening. 8 innings, 5 hits. He walked 1. He struck out 3. No runs, no home runs. He stands for the win if Baltimore can score this inning. Otherwise, he's going to get a very handsome no decision. All right. Grove facing Moten, 189, but a 434 slugging average. To his credit, Grove winds and delivers to Moten, and this is ball 4. Kurt trots down to first base, and what a first name that guy has. Doesn't spell it quite right, but that's a heck of a first name, I've got to say. All right, so he's at first. Now it's Buford at the plate. Don is 1 for 3. Grove to the belt, checks Moten at first. The pitch home to Buford. Ground ball, Boley. He's going to flip to Bishop, and that's going to retire the side. We've played 8, and we've got no score in Baltimore. Eddie Watt will be the new pitcher. He was there. Well, you didn't really call him closers in 1971, but he was one of their short men. He is an A-plus reliever, as you can see at home and on the road. No strikeout or walk modifiers, and he give you an inning. And that's what Weaver wants him to do. So Watt is on now. He will face Simmons, then Fox, then Bing Miller. Top of the 9th, no score between these two titans of the American League. Simmons is 1 for 3. The pitch is a strike 3 swinging. Watt's first strikeout. And there's one gone in the top of the 9th. Eddie Watt was nasty. If you don't believe that, turn on the 1969 World Series or the 70 World Series or 71 and watch this guy in the 9th inning. Nasty. Side armor. Not sidearm like Dick Hall, but low 3/4. Nasty. Fox 0 for 2 with a walk, stands in against Watt. The pitch. Hey, struck him out. That's 2 strikeouts for Watt, and 2 gone in the top of the 9th, and now it's Bing Miller. Bing is 0 for 3. No word on whether he likes orange juice or not. The pitch from Watt. Grounded to Belanger. Marks gloves it and fires to Frank Robinson, and that retires the Athletics in the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Here comes Lefty Grove. He's got Blair, Frank Robinson, and Merv Rettenmund in his future. Baltimore fans wanting a big finish are on their feet. All right, so Blair 1 for 3 against Grove. It's Lefty's ball game. No action in the Philadelphia pen. Grove winds and delivers to Blair. Hey, struck him out. That's Grove's 9th strikeout on the game. Here comes Frank Robinson. 0 for 3 for Robbie. Playing first base today against the left-hander Grove. Lefty winds and delivers. Hey, struck him out. It's strikeout number 10 for Lefty Grove. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and now it's Rettenmund. The Orioles have action in their bullpen. And who's it going to be? Going to be Dick Hall and Grant Jackson throwing in the bullpen with double-barreled action. Grove pitching to Rettenmund. Rettenmund is 0 for 3. Brooks Robinson is on deck. The pitch to Merv. He lost him. Ball 4. Rettenmund trots down to first, and now it's Brooks. An extra base hit would be interesting. Grove to the belt. Brooks is 0 for 3. The pitch is a 20. That is a fly ball to center field. Mule Haas is under it, and we're going to have an extra inning ball game today. Nothing but donuts for 9 innings. All right, so Eddie Watt's inning is done, so he's out. He went 1 inning with 2 strikeouts, no walks, no hits, no runs, no home runs. So Eddie Watt went 1 inning, and now it'll be Dykes, Boley, and Grove against Dick Hall, the veteran, who can give you all sorts of arm angles and had seen it all by 1971. Not a hard thrower, but tough. Dykes 0 for 2 with a walk. Hall winds and delivers, and that's a base hit for Dykes to right field. Takes Dick Hall the other way, and he's on with a single. Now it's Boley. Lefty Grove standing in the on-deck circle. But will Connie Mack let him bat? In the Philadelphia bullpen, it's Bill Shores and Eddie Rommel throwing. Give Weaver something to think about. Grant Jackson still throwing in the Baltimore pen. He is being joined by Dave Leonard. Boley at the plate. And they got some bats on the bench, too. They could hit for him here. What do they want to do with this? All right, Bully's going to bat. Hall to the belt. Bully is 0 for 3. The pitch, Bully squares to bunt. Bully gets it down to the surprise of many. Gloved by Frank Robinson. He turns and flips to Johnson covering first, and that's going to move Dykes up to second base with 1 out. Now it's Grove due, and they're going to let him try and drive in the run. Hall will face Grove. Yeah, Hall will face Grove. Lefty is 1 for 3. The pitch to him. Center field, Blair under it. He's going to take it, but Dykes is going to tag. Dykes tagging at second base, challenging Blair's arm. He's just kidding. He returns to second base after bluffing a move. So there's 2 outs now. And Bishop with a chance to drive home Dykes with the first run of the game. We're in the top of the 10th. Hall in a jam. They could go to Jackson here. Yeah, they're going to stick with Hall. All right, Hall to the belt, checks Dykes. The pitch to Bishop is ball 4. Ball 4, Bishop trots down to first, so there's 2 on now. And Mule Haas due. Mule's got a little bit of a reverse platoon thing going on. Especially in the power department. Look at that. Wow. All right, so Hall's going to stay in to face Haas. Okay, 2 on. Dykes at second. Bishop at first. No score in this game. And there's 2 outs in the top of the 10th. Dick Hall has gotten himself into trouble. Can he get out of it? The pitch to Mule Haas is hit to center field, and this is Blair with plenty of room, and he makes the catch. That retires the Athletics in the top of the 10th. We go to the bottom of the 10th, and we have no score in Baltimore. Coming up for the Orioles, it's Johnson, Echebarren, and Belanger, 6, 7, 8 hitters, against Lefty Grove, who's back out for inning number 10. But Rommel and Shores, now it's just Rommel, is throwing in the bullpen. Grove winds and delivers to Davey Johnson, and that is hit to right. Bing Miller, the orange juice junkie, is under it, and he will make the catch for out number 1. Now it's Echebarren, 0 for 3 for Andy on the day. He has struck out twice against Grove. The pitch to Andy from Grove. Grounded to Fox. He's got it and flips to Grove covering first, and there's 2 down, and now it's Belanger. Mark is 1 for 3 with Dick Hall standing in the on-deck circle. Grove winds and delivers. Hey, strikes him out. That's strikeout number 11. We've played 10, and we've got 20 donuts on the scoreboard. No score in Baltimore between the 29 Athletics and the 71 Orioles. Now Dick Hall gets to walk through the minefield that is the 3, 4, 5 hitters of the Philadelphia Athletics order. Mickey Cochran, Al Simmons, Jimmy Fox coming up. Cochran 1 for 4. This is a great game. If you want this set, well worth it. Berglund.Kurt@yahoo.com, PayPal. PDF $12.99, printed shipped set $52.99. Great Teams of the 20th Century set. You need the game of Pine Tar Baseball? Just let me know. I'll send you that for free as part of your purchase. All right, so now it's Hall against Cochran. 1 for 4 for Mickey. Leonard and Jackson are ready in the Orioles bullpen. The pitch. Drilled by Cochran, a base hit to center field. He's aboard. And that's going to bring up Al Simmons. Okay, they're going to stick with Hall. Weaver pacing nervously in the Orioles dugout. Simmons 1 for 4. Cochran on first. The pitch to Al is a base hit. Right field drops in front of Ruttenmund. Cochran stops at second. There's 2 on now. For Fox with Big Miller up on deck. Big Miller on deck. Here comes Weaver. He's seen enough of Hall. He wants Dave Leonard, and he's going to get him. Dave Leonard, basically the 10th man on a 9-man staff in 1971. 12 games, but tough at home. A+ grade, no strikeout or walk modifiers. He can go 3. And Weaver certainly hopes it doesn't come to that. Grant Jackson still available in the Orioles pen. He is throwing, and Tom Dukes is now throwing as well in the Orioles bullpen. But Jimmy Fox is the man of the hour right now. There's 2 on for Fox. Cochran at second. Simmons at first. And nobody out. Leonard to the belt. He looks at the runners. He fires home to Fox. The pitch is a ground ball. Davey Johnson. Johnson to Belanger for 1. The relay to Frank Robinson is a soul-crushing, rally-killing double play as Cochran advances to third base. But there are now 2 outs, and now Bing Miller comes to the plate. And it's tempting to go to Grant Jackson, but they're not going to do it. Bing Miller has a reverse platoon thing going on, too. He is 0 for 4 in this game. Cochran at third, 2 outs, top of the 11th inning. The pitch from Leonard. To left, Buford toward left center, on the run, he gets there, and that retires the Athletics in the 11th. Nothing but donuts. We're going to the bottom of the 11th as Dave Leonard gets Dick Hall out of some big trouble. Grove coming back out for the 11th. We're going to have a pinch hitter for Leonard. And then the top of the order, Buford. And then Blair. The pinch hitter for Leonard will be Bobby Grich to lead off the bottom of the 11th. Gritch, then Buford, then Blair. Rommel is still throwing in the Athletics bullpen. The pitch to Gritch is line drive, base hit, right field. He's aboard to lead off the bottom of the 11th. Orioles fans going nuts. Buford coming up now. All right, Buford at the plate. That's going to do it for Grove. Here comes Connie Mack. He wants Eddie Rommel. And he's going to get him. Eddie Rommel on for lefty Grove. We'll give you Grove's numbers. Lefty Grove, 10-plus innings pitched. 10-plus innings pitched. He allowed a leadoff single in the 11th. That was the first hit for Baltimore since the 5th inning. So 10 innings for Grove, 10-plus. 5 hits, all singles. He walked 2 men. He struck out 11. And is in line to lose it. He can do no better than a no decision. Buford stands in against Rommel. Gritch is on first. Will Weaver give the sacrifice sign. Rommel to the belt, checks Gritch. The pitch home to Buford. He squares to bunt. He gets it down. Dykes gloves it and fires to Fox. And it's a sacrifice that moves Gritch to second base. Now it's Paul Blair coming up. There's no action in Philadelphia's bullpen. And that's going to bring Boog Powell out of the dugout. And much to the delight of the Orioles fans, here comes Boog. Powell with a chance to win the game in walk-off fashion against Eddie Rommel. Blair called back to the dugout. And Boog will bat. Frank Robinson is on deck. Gritch on second, 1 man out. Rommel on the mound. He is a right-hander. He is an A pitcher on the road. He can give you 3 if you need him. He has no strikeout or walk modifiers. Powell at the plate. First base is open, but they're going to go after him. The pitch to Powell is a looper toward right. It drops in front of Miller. Gritch gets to third, and they put on the brakes. So first and third now for Frank Robinson. Infield moves in. Frank Robinson coming to the plate. 1 man out. First and third. Chico Simone is going to run for Powell at first base. So Boog hit a single, gets Gritch to third, and now Simone runs for him. Philadelphia infield moves in. There's 1 out. Orioles at the corners. Gritch at third, Simone at first. Rommel in a jam. He goes to the belt. Frank Robinson is 0 for 4 on the day with 2 strikeouts. Can he redeem himself? The pitch. This is hit to left and deep. Al Simmons to the wall. It's out of here. Frank Robinson with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 11th. A 3-run dong. And the Orioles win 3-0 over the 1929 Philadelphia Athletics. A 3-run dong for Frank Robinson off Eddie Rommel, and they're dancing in the streets, crab cakes for everybody in Baltimore, Maryland. Wow, what a finish. A 3-0 victory for the 1971 Orioles over the 1929 Philadelphia Athletics. The winner, in relief, Dave Leonard. The loser, unbelievably, Lefty Grove. The line score for the victorious 1971 Baltimore Orioles, 3 runs on 7 hits, and they committed 1 error. The line score for the vanquished 1929 Philadelphia Athletics, no runs on 8 hits, and they committed no errors. Wow. This was fun. How to get the set, berglund.kurt@yahoo.com, PayPal, PDF $12.99, printed and shipped cards $52.99, great teams of the 20th century. Let me know you need them. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. This is great stuff. So long, everybody.